Hi everyone, this
Hi,
is Jeff
Jeff.
with the Overwatch team.
Hey, Dad.
Really excited to be back here in 2020 for our first developer update. So everyone on the Overwatch team listens to and gets a ton of feedback about the game, and we love hearing from you. And in the past few months, I would say, this isn't based on science, but there are two topics that come up the most, that we hear of the most. One is, what's the team's philosophy on balance, and could the team balance the game more frequently and or better? That comes up a lot, like a lot of discussion about the balance of gameplay and hero balance. And then the other thing that we hear a lot of feedback and comments on is the concept of the meta of the game. What heroes are played, are there other heroes that are viable to be played at any time, and what could the Overwatch team do to make sure that the meta was moving along more fluidly and more frequently? So I want to spend today's developer update talking about some things that we're doing very soon